obviously a bit younger and just first got my license. And when I sort of found it, I want to keep it. It was a good car that I liked, and I want to keep it. And I really don't plan on selling it. Now I want to sell it. I just want to keep it. I really enjoy driving it, and I like the look of it. I think it's very different. It's a very different look from every other car. You don't see anything that looks anything like this, and I just never plan on selling it. I think it's good. It just looks very different.
Hello, my name is Greg Ball, and this is my son
Michael Ball,
and this is our 1980 Mark II Ford Escort RS2000. Michael's had it for around 30 years, and in the last 5 years we decided to get together and do a full restoration on it. We spent a lot of time and a fair bit of money, and this is the end result.
We originally bought it 30 years ago, around 30 years ago. Originally paid $3,000 for it 30 years ago. Had a look on the internet recently. It's insured now for around $60,000. So made a bit of a profit there.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun in it. We go to club meetings. We've joined a antique motor vehicle club, and we do go to most of the outings and meetings, and it's very good. Very enjoyable to meet all the people with all the other different types of cars.
First Escort I bought was a Mark I. I think it was a 1974 Mark I, two-door, and 1.3 litre. But I had a bit of an accident in that. It could have been savable, but they weren't worth much money back then, so they wrote it off. I wish I still had that one. Would have been worth a bit of money now if they let me keep that one, but that's obviously gone now. It could have been savable. It wasn't a bad crash, but they weren't worth anything back then, but it would have been worth a lot of money now. But then I started looking. I found an RS2000. That's what I was looking for, and I found one in a car yard, and I was really desperate to get it, but I didn't have any money. So I asked my parents if I could borrow some money. It was $10,000, and they didn't want to give me any money. I didn't have any money. There's no way they didn't want to give me any money. So I kept looking, and then I found one in the paper for $3,000, and this is it. So they gave me $3,000. They gave me $3,000, and so I managed to get one for $3,000, which I'm very lucky, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud I still got it. But I don't want to lose it now. I want to keep it. I'm so happy I've still got it. I definitely don't want to lose it now. Yeah. When I bought the first one that I had, the accident that I had in it, it wasn't even a bad accident. I can't really remember what I ran into, but the only damage that I did to it was just sort of the front corner there, and they said nah. I only paid $1,300 for that, $1,300 when I bought it, and I took it to get it fixed, and they said no, it's not worth anything anymore. So they said it's a write-off. They said no, it's gone. So they trashed that car, but now it would, if they said it's still, you know, we'll fix it up and you can keep it, it would be worth a lot of money now. But maybe if I lost it, if I didn't lose it, maybe I wouldn't have this. You know, so I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, Michael had a bit of bad luck. He's been ill for quite a while, and I was driving this car to work for about 10 years, and when he got much better, he bought a Land Cruiser. The Escort was put into a shipping container for storage, and it was in there about 9 or 10 years. And we had a good look at it one day in the container, and it was starting to rust, and it was really looking pretty sad. So we decided to do it up. So we pulled it out of the container and took it home, and Michael and I embarked on the restoration program, which went for 5 years. It was totally stripped from the ground up. The body went away to be sandblasted. Then it went to a panel beater for the painting and rust removal, and some panels refitted, new panels, and then the engine was sent away to a mechanic who completely reconditioned the engine. The wheels were polished and done, new tyres, etc. The interior was sourced from a friend of ours in Adelaide that found an actual and pretty brand new interior, and we got the whole interior, seats, door cards, carpets, everything from Adelaide. And then the finishing touches were done with new rubbers and also window tinting and all that that you do to these cars, and it's come out like it is now. The Escort was put into a shipping container for storage, and it was in there about 9 or 10 years. And we had a good look at it one day in the container, and it was starting to rust, and it was really looking pretty sad. So we decided to do it up. So we pulled it out of the container and took it home, and Michael and I embarked on the restoration program, which went for 5 years. It was totally stripped from the ground up. The body went away to be sandblasted. Then it went to a panel beater for the painting and rust removal, and some panels refitted, new panels, and then the engine was sent away to a mechanic who completely reconditioned the engine. The wheels were polished and done, new tyres, etc. The interior was sourced from a friend of ours in Adelaide that found an actual and pretty brand new interior, and we got the whole interior, seats, door cards, carpets, everything from Adelaide. And then the finishing touches were done with new rubbers and also window tinting and all that that you do to these cars, and it's come out like it is now. The whole project has been a father and son project, and it's really brought us closer together, and we've bonded well. And now we enjoy the car club, which we've both joined, and mix with other people with the same interests.
It's a Ford Escort RS. The RS stands for Rally Sport 2000. Yeah, when we drive it around the streets, quite a few people take a bit of note at it and have a few waves, and if you stop at the service station, and some people wave and maybe have a bit of chat as well. They like to have a look at it. And you want to say something now?
Well, you get people looking at it when you're driving down the street. I mean, cars go past you, then they slow down, wait till you catch them, and then they come up with their thumbs up out the window. And wherever we stop, anywhere, somebody comes up and says, "I used to have one of those," or "My friend had one of those, and didn't we have some fun in it?" And all these sort of comments we get all the time. And they're a fairly unique car now around, because you don't see many on the road.
It's the Australian model?
This is an Australian built model. There was 2,400 built in Australia, and 2,000 of them were two-door and 400 were four-door. And they, from what I've heard, they didn't build any four-doors in England, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
They only built two-doors in England. But this is one of 2,400.
It's So we don't really know how many would be left in Australia. So they don't know how many would be left in Australia.
Yeah, you don't see them on the road anymore.
A few of them, obviously, a few of them would be crashed and written off, so there wouldn't be many left.
As far as my car history, as soon as I started work, I bought a motorcycle, a 125cc Bridgestone motorcycle, which wouldn't pull a skin off a rice pudding, but it used to get me to work, and it sort of was too far gone after about 12 months of me riding it, and I think I gave that away, and I bought a 1947 Austin 8 Tourer, and what a car that was! It was a convertible, I suppose you call them these days, and I used to buy cars that had as much registration on them that I could find, and after the registration ran out, I sold them and bought another one with a lot of registration on it. And the Austin 8 I sold, I paid £50 for it. I didn't sell it, I swapped it for a motorbike engine, and that was another story with another motorbike. From then from memory, I think I bought a 750 Renault, a little tiny Renault with the engine in the back, and the gear stick was about, coming out of the floor, was about 4 foot long, and it was like a stick in a pudding, and it was an amazing car to drive, but the rego ran out on that, unfortunately, as well. From then I went through Austin A40s. I had a Austin 1800, which is one of the first cars to float on fluid, they used to call it. Beautiful car that was. Then I bought a Mark II Zephyr, and I went on to, there was other cars in it.
When I was obviously a bit younger and just first got my license, and when I sort of found it, I want to keep it. It was a good car that I liked, and I want to keep it. And I really don't plan on selling it. Now I want to sell it. I just want to keep it. I really enjoy driving it, and I like the look of it. I think it's very different. It's a very different look from every other car. You don't see anything that looks anything like this, and I just never plan on selling it. I think it's good. It just looks very different.